let's get into this one then. We got this pistol round beginning, because that's how games often start. It's going to be a bunch of dudes over here towards the B site for ENCE. Alu did make a bit of noise out through main, and he hoped that that would keep the attention on this A site. Mouse, though, they actually push into main. They lock down this side of the map. That allows for an early rotate from Carrigan, and he's even got this smoke as well. That might help Mouse out here as this play looks to come in, but sadly, no smoke going down for Mouse. Instead, that's going to have to come in the retake as it drops to open up, but bested in return by Yampi, and Carrigan falling shortly thereafter. Actually going to leave Mouse a man down in this retake. Alu holding on to the ladder.
He's just moved away, though. Frozen isn't going in on this flank. Chris has picked up the kit, but there's a player in the smoke. Yampi hiding in wait. Frozen's taking his damn time. Mousesports realizing this one might not be as easy as they thought. BMAS does kill Yampi. That smoke hide not working. It's a quick tap for Frozen. Could they even win this round? They got to get on the bomb soon, though. Dancing around the site. Frozen with a second, and it's all on Alu in upper, stuck, trapped, two looking at him, and he cannot hit a shot. BMAS takes him down. I thought that late rotate for Frozen could be costly for Mousesports, but if anything, it just confirms the fact that ENCE aren't flanking and gets him back in with the team. A late retake, but it's Mousesports on the board.
And I love the idea of hiding in the smoke until it's not a good idea, which is exactly what happens here. Mousesports kind of ravenously vulture around this smoke until it was Yampi that appeared his head.
Yampi's probably making the call, like, don't peek, I've got to play, like, I'm in the smoke, just wait for my contact. But Mousesports don't fall for it, and if anything, ENCE assisting by spamming and showing presence could have actually bought Yampi time, but Mousesports go, nah, I don't believe this, I'm watching it, let's just wait out the util, and that works well for them.
I don't know, Orange is kind of sus.
Ooh. Oh. Well, luckily enough, it's all kind of cancelled out, isn't it? Yampi, what more can he do? The answer, it's a resounding nothing here as that second board appears. Second round on the board appears. There you go, got that the right way around eventually. And so now we've got this buy coming through for ENCE, right? They get the bomb down, they get that cash injection, they buy nothing more than like a dig on Yampi really in that round there. And they don't get anything done from it, but they weren't really looking to. And now they have this early AWP on Alu as well. I didn't see, but did he buy in the pistol? He has a lot of money. Like, he's got AWP, armor, and util. Even with the bomb plant, right? That seems like a lot, so... Maybe
like that.
Trickery going on there. Frozen in towards main. And Mouse, they've been trying to take this side of the map. Chris is here with him. And you've even got someone that could try and flash you into this position, should they choose to do so. They do throw the flash in, but they don't peek with it. And instead, they set up over here in the pop dog, playing a double setup. Ooh. This is interesting, right? So they've boosted as well. That's going to allow Frozen, yeah, I was going to say, like, to peek over the top. But if Chris goes any further forward, they'll spot him too as well. And then you, like, run the risk of just finding both players in the pop. I do like the double pop setup, though. The versatility this gives is if any... well, for BMAS shot in the back. Boost for Alu offers up the kill. This double pop setup, though, as I'm saying, gives you the versatility to fight main and pop and trade off of one another. But there's the drop, and both players were watching the main side. My word. That's pretty easy for Sergey as he drops on in. And this round is quickly laid to rest. ENCE looking to get their first on the board early on here.
Sergey had no utility, right? That should have been a very difficult one for him, but you're right, Mousesports caught out by the main play, throwing a molly in while one player got the kill. And then Sergey just drops in at the perfect time. I like the idea there of doing that boost, right? Like, I think your barrel sticks out a lot of the time anyway. And, you know, if you see a player on top, it doesn't matter if you can see the barrel, you know that they're being boosted. It's like a weird off angle to peek through the window and fight the main push. But yeah, it leaves you susceptible to just getting
dropped
in the pop. And regardless, that's what happens for ENCE, finding their first early on in this T side.
I mean, because that's the thing, right? Like, while I agree, you know, and I think you hit the nail on the head and like, yeah, you know, nice off angle, but they know that you're there if you do it. And that's the whole benefit of running that double pop setup, right? Is like, if they kill one of you, they're like, oh, well, we got the pop guy. And then that second guy is available to swing later on. And so in my mind, that's kind of the whole idea behind it. So, you know, cool idea for a boost, but not one I'm a huge fan of. Definitely something you can use as like a little gimmick, a little one-time treat up your sleeve. No money, though, for Mouse. Well, there is money, but it's in a bit of a weird spot. And so they decide to just take a full eco here around Rops's org. And I actually like this. Carrigan, not too well off in terms of the money. He might need a drop in this round coming. That can be facilitated by Rops. BMAS could even drop an AWP into play, or Rops could as well. So this eco here, you know, you're just kind of biting the bullet early. You're not like delaying that economy recovery. You're not putting it off. You are likely conceding a second to ENCE, but that's better than coming in with a pretty broken buy here, losing that, and then having to take your eco. Because at which point you've given ENCE 2. And hey, who knows? Maybe Rops can get away with some madness on the back of this org. He's already opened the round up. And that's also a weapon retrievable in main. And if anyone did go to try and grab it, the bomb is there as well. Everyone for ENCE is down in Ivy or above Pop. So no one's actually holding on to the bomb or main right now.
BMAS spots Alu coming out Ivy, so he knows there's at least someone there expecting the AWP too. ENCE contacting out. Rops is pulling away from B, and for good reason. BMAS coming in on the back, Aerial with a double, but Alu does have his cover, and now it is just the AUG and the P250 are frozen in connector, mollied off. Rops backline right now. Not a lot getting given up. Yampy with a quick kill, and that should be the round through and through for ENCE. Frozen already knows it. He's wrapping backlines. The bomb's getting delivered. As it was delayed, Sunny picked up in main. That's where the bomb was, so ENCE had to go grab it. But it's no issue, it's no problem. Yampy dinked, that is a problem, but it's at most a gun saved for Frozen. And Alu doesn't want to allow it that easily. Head spotted. Frozen, if he goes back in, this should be Alu's kill.
With the news that Som and Daps are to leave CS. Don't want to put a dappening here on your game of Train, but figured we'd keep you up to date.
Yeah, that's like a feels bad man for Buntet, isn't it? Moving all the way over stateside.
To have your team go to Valorant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only rumors right now.
So what do you think?
Well, it's probably happening, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Daps already left the team, so not the strongest start. It would be a shame to see Som go as a young player with high skill ceiling and already shown us a hell of a lot.
I mean, they're probably switching to competitive Command & Conquer, if I had to guess. That's really the only other option if it's not Valorant.
Well, Hugo, if you were to say anything to keep Som in CS, what would it be?
Stay in CS, Som.
Nice.
Wow, dude. All right, so when he moves to Valorant, we know who we can thank. Here we go. We got a B play coming in. Rops with the AWP. Looking down into this site, the flash is raining in, but it's Yampy putting up the first for ENCE, putting this back into a 4-on-4. B site fallen, double AWP in the retake as well. Anything but ideal for Mousesports. And right now, I'm looking at someone to try and make a difference, and that man might have to be Chris J, but he's going to be running into Yampy, who's holding from the back here with this AK. He's only got an MP7. So what Chris is kind of banking on is his teammates pulling the attention of Yampy away, and he almost hits that timing, but not quite. And so this double AWP just going to have to back on out of there, concede a third to ENCE. And while they do keep the double AWP alive, that's pretty much all they've got running into this next round.
Yeah, Rob's sticking around for quite some time afterwards. Maybe he's thinking that ENCE will aggress. It can probably cost him another rifle, but that's just not the case. And yes, the third round up there for ENCE, the Finnish esports organization from Finland. Well, I won't pretend to like you.
I hope you feel the same.
No, I won't pretend to like you.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You okay, man?
Just fine. Double AWP still here for Mouse. And pistols around and about.
Oh.
No boosteroo on the site, but ENCE, they're crunching inner. No AWP here. Frozen and BMAS.
They drop a molly and upper to give himself some time to poke and prod and peek in the lower.
This is hilarious. Look at this.
Everyone's getting boosted today.
Trying to avoid the AWPs. That's actually a really smart decision, right? Like, you know the AWPs post up on ramp a lot. They know that Mousesports saved them. I like the call. It's like, you know, nuke secret, checking those lower decon stairs by boosting up.
Surely the call's been made here from Mousesports. Hey, guys, Come inside, bring the ops, bring the kits, bring everything you got. They're coming in, or I guarantee it. And they are. Here we go. Execute full stride. Ariel's gonna be the first one out. He spots the player on top of the blue train, but Yampi's gonna be the one finding the frags. I say that one P250 kill comes in, and there's still one AWP in play here for Mousesports. And look at this, Frozen's gonna be able to stop the plant, but is it gonna matter in the long run? It does. Kerrigan with a kill to accompany that. Now just on a Frozen. He's recovered an AK, stopped the plant. And that little clicking.
Whoa!
No.
Awkward. Aki Momo here. Frozen. Tapping away. Oh. Almost solidifies around. That got real close.
Smooth moves from Frozen, man. After he gets that kill on the site, lovely little movement, jumping round to the back. 5 bullets, doesn't want to reload, doesn't want them to know, and he one-taps the ramp player as well. If there were a few more bullets, that is Frozen's round, and I'm convinced, but great attempt, great eco. Unfortunately, those double orbs lost in the source. But Frozen gives it a damn good try.
Didn't really do what they wanted to. Just gonna guess what he said there. Hugo, go ahead.
No, it's fine. I think everyone figured that one out.
Well, but for the people that didn't.
Frick, man.
Oh. Frig, man.
Orb's back out on Kerrigan, right? So, Alu, he's a rich one. 13K. There we go. Holding. How does Chris win that? Who knows? Bombs there as well. That's been a constant problem. I wouldn't say problem because it's not come back to bite ENCE yet, but leaving the bomb T-Con, having one player and them dying, Chris pushes the smoke and he gets it to Alu. He will never see the package. Kill comes through for the Finnish sniper and keeps ENCE in this round.
Oh, but Alu, he might be low. That does not make him slow in assaulting this A bomb site, though. And now Sunny tapping Kerrigan out of the round. This looked like such a good start on the back of Chris J and his 1.5 kills. But now ENCE are the ones in that driver's seat. BMAS down here, Ivy side. Yampi gonna get the better of him. And for Ops, all that's left to do is try and hold on to this M4. Sergey does offer up a fight and takes it away shortly thereafter. It's 5 on the board for ENCE. And man, their train is just so good. Like, their train is so good, and so is their dust. And that's the thing. That's like the beauty of it, right? If you're like insane on 2 maps, you know you're always going to get to play one of them. And they're very, very hard to put a stop to here, especially someone like Alu, who, as we saw on Nuke, like sometimes he's just not even in the server. And then here on Train, he just looks so confident, like he knows what he's doing. He's got faith in the rest of his team because clearly they're all on the same page. And Mouse, even when they're taking these man advantages, they're not able to find anything from it. Once again, it's Alu opening the round up. Admittedly, only up against pistols here, but a 5-on-4 right away. Even further extended by Alu. He is looking scary. And this is where a lack of AWPing presence for Mouse, at least on that same level as a guy like Alu, is something that could really hurt them here.
Yeah, even though it's different halves, right? We look at like Mousesports' T side and what Kerrigan said in that interview coming into the game about trying to counter the orbs and get rid of or avoid Alu and potentially Yampi on that second orb. They did a great job of doing that by smoking him, by just cutting him out of the round. Talking of cutting, oh my, this is a mess. Any team knives? What is going on?
My God.
I don't know how Frozen lived so long. I thought ENCE were going to team kill in the smoke, but they get it.
Alu, like leader of the Men Against Fun, just walks in with the USP, taps him down.
Men Against Fun.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say the anti-fun, but then like, yeah, it doesn't, you know, it sounds a little
the
too
verbiage,
close to
yeah.
Yeah, so Yampi.
Oh God.
He's having a good game. Yeah, no, it is a bit of a shame because like, everyone's trying to knife, and then Alu's like, whoop.
Scary stuff. But going back to the orbs, right? Like, you know, you can't do a whole lot to get rid of a T-side orb. You can nade stack him and stuff, but if Alu just sits in main and waits for picks, Mousesports, their only, you know, plan to avoid that is literally to avoid, to not peek. But we're already seeing Mousesports want that information, right? Go on top of the trains, peek from connector, play back bomb, and Alu's just able to pick his fights so well. He's so comfortable in this playground of Train. Yampi with the smoke, he could walk right out Ivy with Kerrigan going passive in this position. He doesn't know. Nade in the pop. Kerrigan keeping his eyes trained. But Yampi, he loves waiting in the smokes. He'll back out eventually. A lot of room for him for a moment, but now lost as Carrigan posts back up and holds the angle down. ENCE could hit inner and leave Yampy for the late lurk.
Lampy.
On the molly, and Lampy indeed.
That's his lit cousin, Lampy.
The shining star, the bright light here for ENCE, 11-4, and out in the A site.
Yeah, that's going to be a big problem as this round progresses, as it evolves, as it matures. There's no resounding report here from Mousesports' side over on Hell.
Oh,
Carrigan easily takes care of that problem, though, after Bemis falls. Necessary, too. Kind of retain some of this control of outside.
Pushed forward by the Molotov. Frozen gets hot pop. Missed shot for Carrigan. We have 2 orbs, though. Chris taking it over Rops this time. Carrigan flashed off, and Aerial runs him down. It's the bomb plant for ENCE, and it only gets harder from here on out. Chris sees the barrel, but he won't get a kill, and Rops does find Sunny through the gap in the smoke. Does that tempt Mouse in, though? Money on the line here, and not an easy round to retake.
Oh, Alu's posted. Didn't take a shot. Chris J could still offer himself up here. That's exactly what's going to happen. Slides right on into the crosshair. Rops by himself, 46 HP, not going to go for this. The time has just ticked past. And so are the chances for Mousesports in this round.
Yeah, Mousesports, they're putting a lot of emphasis around this double AWP to try and combat Alu. And truthfully, I don't think either one of these, you know, in Chris or Carrigan could even come close to what Alu is offering up right now. And so if anything, these double AWPs are starting to feel like more of a liability. Like, not only are they ludicrously expensive, you know, you're dropping like $6 grand a round to try and bring, and sorry, that's just on one person. So it's actually more like 12 grand a round just to be trying to bring these AWPs in with some utility behind them. And then the bomb's going down more often than not as well. So it's like, you know, a lot of the time these double AWPs are left in a retake. And that's just not good for anyone, let alone when your 2 AWPs aren't even putting a stop to the 1 AWP on the other side. So it feels like a really, really big sunk cost for Mouse at this point. And they're not really getting any return on that. Oh, Rops! What? How? They run by him, but he's not good for anything. He was so damn blind, and so Yampy here to get it all back under control. That could have gotten nasty. It could have gotten gross, but luckily enough, Yampy says, not even close, baby, as he runs down the ramp and gets away with 2. Carrigan spamming this smoke, but wrapped by Aerial, who's in almost with a double, and should be here to deal with Frozen, and he is. 8 on the board for ENCE.
Yeah, it's kind of like Mousesports getting a taste of their own. Just joining us, glad to have you for what is the playoffs of ESL Pro League Season 12. See that little awkward exchange and the disappointment to follow. Mousesports might want to grab a few rounds left in the half.
And now Chris solo AWPing as well, right? Like, they've tried everything. They've had Carrigan solo, they've had Carrigan Rops double, they've had Carrigan Chris. Now it's Chris. Like, they're just trying to patch up this wound that Alu is constantly opening.
I do think that this is the way to go, though. You've got 1 AWP, right? Maybe you can beat Alu, maybe you can't. But as long as your rifles are still proficient, the molly hits Carrigan, and that gives away that he was about to push. Now, little does Carrigan know it, but that's probably a good thing, honestly. With Aerial tucked in the corner playing anti-flash, I think that was certain death for Carrigan. BMAS going to hold on to Ivy's side, and one man does get out past Carrigan. He doesn't know. Alu going to deal with BMAS. Carrigan trying to fall back into the site, but he's been spotted, and he does go back in with the repeat. That gives over a kill to Sergey. Chris winning his fight over Alu. I think that is the first time that one of these AWPs has out-AWPed Alu on the other side. And so will that set them up for success here? It's a 2-on-3. They're a man down, but they're giving it a go. And Chris out through connector, in with a second, up onto the bomb train. Sunny here, and Chris landing the no-scope. He's set Rops up, leaving him in a doable spot, right? 1v2 with one of these players, just a shot away from death. It was never going to be easy for young Ropsicle.
And he's found Sergey. That was the question mark. They know that Sunny was last seen on the bomb train, tagged down low by the AWP. Rops searching desperately, making noise. Sunny hears the footsteps, and he can avoid Rops as a result. No tap on the bomb just yet. Rops checking every side. Surely he's not sight, he says. And yes, he is, but too late on the timer. Bomb ticking down, and AK saved. No AWP today. It's ENCE up to 9. Just building and building on this T side. This is what we saw yesterday versus Complexity, right? Complexity, obviously a very different game. saw a lot of B plays for ENCE as they figured out the standing was over towards that inner site. But right now, Mousesports receiving a similar beating on this yard. It's Alu doing so much work. Sergey with a double in that round, right? He gets out of T-Con to great success. And even though Yampy gets cleaned up by BMAS, Alu coming in late alone on Ivy. Perfect checks him, takes him down. He's just so quick. And Yampy, who, you know, was the top performer back on Nuke, but it didn't really feel like worth it in any way because no rounds are being won. Well, now he's kept up that performance in a big way. 14 and 6. Mousesports going silent. 6 and 5 kills across every player. Another op for Chris. Or into this by Rops, who had a bit of extra money. It's still an eco, though. 2 guns and some Deegs.
Well, we're going to need some sort of miracle for this Chris J and man here with the AWP. He's going to fall back into the connector. Rotating early towards this B site. Rops re-aggressing. Sergey was just holding this, and Rops can catch a bit of a timing here, and indeed he will. Frozen also finally wins a fight in the pop dog. It feels like he's been getting bested there a hell of a lot. And so this has got all the makings of a third for Mouse. 3 left alive for ENCE, but it is that kind of terrifying twosome of Yampy and Alu. So I'm not entirely ready to count them out just yet, but we will need something big. Make no mistake of that. Oh, and with Carrigan deegging Alu out of the round. Now looking for a follow-up. Aerial is going to trade it at least, and there's another, but they lose Yampy. It's left to Aerial, and Rops is there to lock in the trade. So 3 on the board for Mousesports. So much money on the ENCE side, right? That tends to happen when you win 9 rounds in a row dominantly, so they're not worried yet.
On plants, all that.
And Mouse have moved away from this double AWP setup, which I think is very, very nice to see. You know, like they're focusing instead on how the rifling players can win out versus the rifles on the other side, using utility to try and nullify the AWP of Alu, which is a very hard task with how he's been playing right now. But, you know, it feels like, you know, if you're up against Simple and your goal to beat Simple is to keep fighting Simple, then that's not a good solution. And Alu in this instance, he is Simple.
It's a big grenade, that's for sure. Yeah, Simple. Calls.
Aerial's out T-Con. No one's realizing just yet. Still Frozen watching for the bomb site. Gets flashed off. Aerial with a kill. Tries to follow up, but 5 HP. A single shot from Carrigan ends his round. Coming back in on Ivy. 2-man setup for Yampy. 14 and 7. He's been damn good. Carrigan moving in with a flashbang, and Yampy catches him. Low HP. A repeat could spell his demise, but BMAS doesn't want to give up the fight as he's also in a similar situation. Sergey out main, and the bomb will follow in tow with the AWP as well. Rops in heaven has to do everything. He's the only man ready inside of this site right now. Trapped by the Molotov is BMAS, and Chris is on the late rotation through the backline. Bomb drop, that will stall things out for Rops, but now his position known. BMAS trying to take up the mantle, moving into the site. There's the follow-up for Rops. Bomb is still here, and BMAS is now all that remains. Chris on old bomb, but they don't know about BMAS.
Now, if Chris can draw the attention in, the timing, Chris goes back and does beat Sergey. Alu left in this clutch, but with how he's been performing, with how he often looks here on train, maybe there's still hope yet. Bypass Chris. There is very little in the way of time, but they've conceded the site. They've given him a plant here. They've given him an avenue in this 1v2, because now it's Mousesports on the clock. It's them under the pressure. And Alu looking to apply even more pressure in with that shot on a BMAS, and just Chris left to beat, but holding for the wrap through Ivy after Chris makes noise there. Makes it sound like he's going through that Ivy smoke and then wraps all the way back. Able to cement around for Mouse as they take a 4th. And they finally are able to win one in the post plant as well. Admittedly, it's a 2v1 and they narrowly win it. But hey, you take those when you were 9-2 down.
Round is round, kill is kill.
Chris J is very much able.
Yeah, that almost went very bad, right? When he turned away, like Sergey would have killed BMAS if Chris didn't. BMS is like, wait, what? He's there? Oh. Org's out as well. Frustration for Alu, but still a really good half right now for ENCE, so it's not the end of the world. Chris continuing on this AWP. ENCE, do they want to try in it? They haven't really gone there for a while. Like, up against the eco, it got a bit dicey, and maybe they're scared of it, but that was because Mousesports called in his stack. They're not going to do so on a full rifle round. Fast play for Karrigan. Oh, the grenades are good, and the flashes are better. Everyone's blind. No one can fight back, and Karrigan unleashed in T-Con with 3. Alu even dinked. It's getting worse. By the second, bangs him out the round.
Another?
Maybe.
Go on, Chris. Go on. Oh, no! Sunny with the knife.
Yeah, Sunny
versus Karrigan. Sunny versus his old team as well. Like, admittedly, very different team, but old organization and a few familiar faces.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't negate the fact that Karrigan just got turned to sashimi. So, 9-5, going to the last round of the half, ladies and gentlemen. And Hugo.
Thank you, Trace. I feel very included.
Either one or the other.
All you can do is laugh there, right? 5-1, not really a worry. Mousesports convert the round nonetheless. And yeah, this change to Chris on the solo op has been good, right? He's been holding his own. He's been coming in with clutches.
Would you say 9-6 is stable?
It's, well, you know, it's all you can really do if you're Mousesports, right? It's not perfect. It's not winning the half. Certainly not, like, favored, but see what Mousesports have on their T side. And they're not even at the 6 yet. ENCE again, playing on the retake in main, giving it up early, going back late. Bomb above B. And that might be the play. Frozen, does he want to make risks in round number 15? Go up the ladder. If things go quiet and slow, Mouse could make the read that this is B, right? ENCE have not been there for some time. But no one's shuffling, no one's repositioning just yet. Just Rops in that B bomb site, Chris aggressing. And Yampi's deep, Chris, with this shot, perfect peek. And now they surely can send someone in or off the back of that, right? Rops drops his util. Nothing left to stall this play out. Chris is beginning to come and help him, but he needs help now. Sunny's already out. Even though he was flash, he gets that kill. And Ariel's holding for the pop flank too. Chris with a follow-up shot. And Sunny posts up for him. Perfect. Wide with the risky play, but he now gets a chance to plant. Alu covers and ends in a 3-on-2.
What a turnaround, and it might be about, oh, well, it all came out of that fight, really. If Frozen falls there, then that retake is off the cards, but now moving into the 2-on-2, last in the half, they're definitely going for it. Frozen, what can he muster up here? Alu's gone aggressive, and Frozen has just missed the timing. He's all the way past him. Frozen might just walk to his death here and now. Sunny in with it, and ENCE, they get 10 to round out that first half of play. Train continues to be a Finnish classic. Now, can they cross that finish line? You're gonna have to join us after a quick break to find out.
to focus. It doesn't matter cause you live a lie. You want attention from every guy in the park, but when you call, give you my heart, you rip it out. I can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you. I can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you. I can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not take a chance and I can't pretend to like you.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the ESL Pro League Season 12. We're in the playoff. Duh, everybody knows that. And that's why you're tuned in right here, right now. For ENCE and Mousesports, toe-to-toe, or shall I say it, kind of like paw to tentacle almost. Take a look at Train. Speaking of two tentacles, got two of them right here. Harry and Hugo. Take it away.
That's like a tentacle noise, isn't it, mate? That's the kind of noise they make. Well, let's see, right?
Run that one back.
Let's see, we got Sergey down here trying to wrap his arms around this B play, and he's good for one before getting snuffed out. Rops moving forward, and we talk about tentacles. Well, this guy is Mr. Cool as he moves up towards the connector with his P250 in hand. Now, that is the P250 Muertos, if I'm not mistaken, so let's see what he's able to do with it. As he looks to be the reckoning of ENCE. Bit of damage done, but now things are heating up for Ops as he gets wrapped up on top of the trains, and Chris doesn't even realize. Carrigan left in a 1v3, and they deal with him promptly. Sunny stepping up when it matters most as ENCE take the pistol, put 11 on the board.
And we begin to discuss the third map of the series.
Yes, I think that's a good, that's the thing, right? I don't think it was ever surprising that this was gonna go 3, being real.
Well, it's only fair too, because I mean, when we looked at Nuke, it was pretty much a one-sided landslide there for Mousesports. So it's only fair that we say, okay, well, ENCE might have this one in the bag. Not on the back of the pistol, on the back that the AKs and Ops are already out. How about that? Alu says, cash me outside. You go. How about that?
Mousesports might, right? He's going A with the AWP, and so Mousesports setting up outside. They don't really want to catch him, though. He's been delivering them his hands. Quite the beating in the first half.
Cash these hands.
How about that? Those finished fists. Scary stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Scout on inner. Good luck finding much there. No one aggressing. Sergey is on the B-bomb site. ENCE double setup on Ivy. Bit of a boost. Cheeky. Frozen's holding it from spawn, but he's jumping around, right? He's not really ready for the fight, and he pulls out his knife. Luckily, missed shots. He should have heard them. He knows the ENCE have aggressed to Ivy. You'd like to think. But regardless, Mousesports is setting up smokes to the A site to try and get through these rifles.
Yeah, flashes go in. They try and rock down to Electric, but Alu here to try and put a stop to this avenue of approach, and he's there with one. Frozen does leave us in a 3-on-3, and this AWP now having a battle tooth and nail at close range. It's Sergey's MP9 to rein in with another. Frozen, we need something from him. We really do. He finds himself back in the pop dog. Arrogant and his Deagle deliver another. Frozen trying to creep back into play. ENCE both just tucked into the site. Well, one in connector. And Yampy, the man in the site, gonna give Carrigan quite the fright. Takes him down and now leaves Frozen all alone. He's made his presence known. Alu has rotated onto backtracks as well. So this round becomes very, very tricky for Frozen to navigate. There's one. And Alu left in this clutch. That bomb plant has to come in. And oh, if there was one place you did not want to plant right now, it's right here. Frozen needs to turn around because Alu is moving in. Oh, they went by each other. But Alu there to best him in the head-to-head. Defuse found. ENCE move on to 12. And the force buy for Mouse gets a bomb plant, gets a 1v1. But the round still sides with the Finns.
Alu almost misses him, right? Frozen just tucks in that corner, last second flick. And all is fine in the ENCE camp. They have come alive on Train. We were wondering if it would happen, right? The third map of this series is Inferno, where every good series does go.
To die.
Oh.
Oh, too soon.
It will end there, if ENCE have their way. But Mouse are forced right back in, right? Like they get a 1v1, they get a bomb plant. It's very tempting. And even though they do that, ENCE, this buy is better. It's lacking the util, but they got 3 M4s, far more than the previous, but fast kill for Frozen. Karrigan getting traded, Frozen keeping up the streak on 2. Yampy tucked back at Ivy, and Alu scoped up from Old Bomb as well. He's going to be able to deal with the pop play. Rops is holding for a flank right now, though there's a missed shot. That could be everything here, as it gives Mousesports not only the info, but further progress into the site. They've just got to get rid of Yampy. Rops doesn't need to move, as he has the right read right now. Sergey coming in on the drop. Mousesports not rushing the plant.
Yeah, look at him just stalling. And in doing so, they've cost a lot of time, a lot of guns. Weapons, should you. Someone's got a plant, though. That's kind of how it works. Sergey drops and gets popped.
Ooh. Clean entries for Frozen, and Mousesports even kill the AWP as well, right? Missed shot costs Alu everything, and that's an AWP gifted over to Chris. Is he going to be able to keep things up here? Mousesports have bought themselves time, a lifeline in this T side, and it's broken early thanks to the reinvestment from Mousesports, right? The double force off the back of a pistol loss. Yep, he's tucked. Karrigan. And Molly will at least allow him to check it, but does he do so? Those deagles can be deadly up close. Karrigan clears it late, and it is all fine and dandy. Smoke down, and he just runs wild in the A site.
Yeah, Karrigan getting stuck in and carving a path for the rest of his team. Now, they don't want to give anything away here. You don't want to entice ENCE into this retake and give them a reason to close out a round that they shouldn't. And Chris J is full of reasons.
Ooh. Quick, quick, quick. Goes the op. Well, Mousesports starting to slide back into the game. On purpose or on accident? We don't know just yet, but it would appear is on purpose. Another bomb explosion here, 7 rounds for Mouse. Also an organization old as time.
Ooh.
Oh.
Rob's dead to the bomb. Was he pop? I think he was. It was just stacked up in there, huddling for warmth, but too hot for Rops. 7 on the T side, right? Mousesports still with a chance to make this game interesting, right? With the back-to-back eco rounds for ENCE, money being lost. The next buy as well, it's going to be, if they have the AWP, it'll be armorless, so money ain't a thing right now for ENCE. Karrigan's taking it back out of Chris, who will be going inner with a rifle, putting the AWP on Ivy. Makes a lot more sense position-wise, but see what the play is here. Bomb's still back in T-spawn, so no early execute, no commitment here for Mousesports. Pretty common to see players show Ivy control anyway and then just leave. But with 3 there, Mousesports definitely want to take it, mollying out that close position that Yampy just played and looking to take real estate elsewhere. Pushed in towards main with a MAC-10. Ooh.
Wow.
Nope.
See, we love Rops and Pop Dog. We love it.
Rops dog.
That's why they call it that. It's the old faithful Aerial here with the Mac-10. And he's using the Neon Rider, straight up G, but not enough to get away with the kill, as Carrigan does find him on the Glock. Now this AWP is tagged down low, and that might be tantalizing for a echoing ENCE to get their hands on. With no one going on a big flank, Carrigan should be safe here. Even if he falls, it's not like ENCE are going to have any way to get that gun into their hands. Unless they know telekinesis. And right now,
The bullets say otherwise.
it's more like Telekine Chris as he puts up 2, stripping this round away from ENCE. 8 on the board for Mousesports. Now just 4 between them and ENCE.
But surely there's a response in this round, right, Harry?
That's the thing, right? Like I keep saying, like, yeah, you know, ENCE should get this back under control. They should continue this like really, really strong train performance. But you know, Mousesports, I don't really think they were ever meant to kind of stumble back to their feet here, and yet they are. And one of the key players coming alive and amongst all of this is Chris J. Now, admittedly, isn't donning the AWP in these last few rounds, has been Carrigan picking it up. But with him starting to come alive, you've got someone who can fight Alu, and the money hasn't really been there for ENCE to have their own AWP on the other side. So that golden ticket in Alu's AWP in being so damn good just hasn't really been in the fold. Yampi in with one, Sunny down with another, and the bomb getting dropped out. Oh!
Alu, he loves doing that, doesn't he? He always hits the scroll wheel. He does not represent us. But he's dead anyway. It's not a worry. Mousesports already stuck in a 1-on-4. It's frozen alone. And the lack of AWP is not an issue as Mousesports try and hit fast through a smoke to devastating consequences. I'm going second as well. Quite the rough spot. Frozen's not being given a whole lot. Sergey on top of Stopper with the AUG. Frozen's hoping for someone to give anything up, make a mistake, give him a peek, but he takes a fight and he loses the round. It's ENCE up to 13. Do they have time? Yes, they grab the AWP from the body of Carrigan, and so that can be thrown back to Alu, who didn't have the money for it still. And that was Mousesports, like, that was the game there for Mousesports that round. If they could do that again, break ENCE for the second time in this half, put them on eco once more, delay the AWP by another round, find 9 of their own, that could have been Mousesports pulling things back. And even though they still got to buy here, right? Like, as ENCE, they've got the weapon that they've been relying on all map long.
Yeah.
Oh. And now, being frank about it, this ward of Sunny down here in the pop has kept it all under control. Not only getting the info that players are above the pop dog, he knows that there's a second man here, but also stripping Mouse of a man advantage early on. And so now we see Mousesports damn near freeze as they drop all this utility into the pop dog, trying to give the illusion that they're still playing for this pop control and looking to culminate in an A play with no information as to what's going on in main and only checking Ivy occasionally on timings. This is likely going to keep 3 for ENCE in this A bomb site. Alu here at B alongside Sergey. They are in a 2-on-4, right? So the odds stacked against them. But Alu's AWP given a chance to go huge here down towards the ramp. Alu peeking up late, not able to find anything through the smoke. So the site's conceded, but the Molotovs deny the plant for now, and so that buys time for the rotate. ENCE now set up to attempt a 5-on-3, and Mousesports not really given a lot of time to get into these post plants. Carrigan is the man in the best spot right now, and even that is pretty highly contested as everyone barrels through the connector. BMAS and Rops backs against the wall in a 2-on-4. Turn 2-on-3 thanks to Rops. Can he get away with anything else though? Spotted, playing for info. Alu is holding this peak on the left-hand side, so Rops can't go for it, and that forces him into Sergey. Defuse found for ENCE. As they retake B, they lose 2 in the process, but they'll take that. I'll take that. That was a 5-on-4 retake in which, you know, you come out pretty healthy on the ENCE side. And with it, you're now one step closer to locking in that Inferno decider.
Yeah, very patient retake for ENCE, right? They wait out BMAS, who gets aggressive in that 2-on-4. Rops finds a couple of kills, but BMAS tries to get anything else done from close yellow train, and yeah, ENCE are just waiting, right? 3 at backlines. Playing things by the books. Home map for them. And showing us all the reasons why Mousesports not able to get more than an inch. Ollie in main. Yampy's shown up as well with many multi-kills in this map. Oh, Carrigan actually getting peeked by Aerial, who saves his teammate's life, lining up nades towards T-Con. Sonny has him to thank. Aerial going back to pop. Rops is above, ready and waiting. He gets heard, but the nade could do decent damage here. Rops has to care about solo inner as well, because he's the only player on this side of the map, so at any point ENCE could push, but that's not the case right now. Sonny playing passive, and actually, or Sergey playing passive rather than calling for Sonny to rotate. ENCE have enough control that they're not really worried of this out of sight, but Aerial eats a nade as the molly lands behind him. Orb follows up, dropping the bomb, and that's all the info ENCE need.
Oh, they even flash Yampy in for a peek. He doesn't see how close Frozen is, but he suspects. Gets the better of him. Rops dropping in to the pop dog. Makes out like a bandit there. Gets away with the kill, and he's out of there. But still a 2-on-4. The bomb dropped in main, and Alu holding close with this orb. Now they're not even in a spot to go for this round. They're just saving, and that's a horrible call to have to make. No one is like, yeah, let's just give up 15 and hold on to the AKs. That is really, really rough. That this is even a decision you're having to consider. And even then, they don't get away with it on Rops. Now, not the end of the world in that instance. You know, you're going to be getting, what, 2,900 on him? So he's still got money to invest regardless. 2,400 rather. Almost nailed it.
But yeah, this has just been a great game for ENCE, right? It's like Mousesports just desperately trying to hang on and find a round where they can, but ENCE dictating the pace, the flow. The auto sniper out on Yampy. By God. M249 to the Scar. He's done it all. The Doom Hammer, formerly known. And it's actually Alu to steal it away anyway. Yampy's on Ivy's side, and no one's going there. Frozen inside of the pop dog. It's been a position Mousesports have had to fight pretty heavily to get, but this round is given away for free. Sonny tucked in on E-Box. The rest of Mousesports getting re-smoked in main as well, just stalling this out later and later with a 4-on-5. Limited opportunity for Mouse. And they don't even know about the auto. They have no clue.
Oh, Frozen going to win out his head-to-head to begin the round. I feel like all of these AKs belong to Frozen that we're seeing on the ENCE side. It's only Sergey's that we haven't seen. I wonder if he's got the Frozen AK as well. No, he's got Rops's. All right. Well, Mao's leaning towards B, and there are 2 players here. They deal with Aerial, though, and that might pull a rotation away from the B side. Now, Yampy's like, don't worry, guys. I've got the Doom Hammer. It's all good. Alu's like, no. You're too young. I'm going to come help. I've got the orb. And now the B play comes in. So Alu rotating away has opened up a window of opportunity here for Maus. They've got to be quick to react, though, as they move in. Bomb going down. They've dealt with Rops on the flank, and that's going to leave a 1 HP Frozen. And a scouted up Chris J up against the auto sniper AWP combo.
Here, take this. That's info, though. Now ENCE know exactly where both players of Mousesports are. Yampy, 1 shot on the auto. That's not a one-tap gun, but he makes it work. Alu follows up, and it's the double sniper prodigy for ENCE that managed to take it over the line, take their map pick in this series, and push us to Inferno. Where will this series go? A lot of questions to be asked and answers